Hello guys and gals, Solo here, and today we're back with another episode on the TimuCraft server. This is episode number 6, which means we are eventually going to get to the mob farm, but before we do that, I'd like to show you guys our new storage room, which I think is looking pretty nice. It's a little bit more complete than it was last time. We have all this stuff over here. This is all manual storage. It's not automatic like this side, but I really like having it for things like these where I have, my diamonds sorted out justly, and chest up here for other things like that, or over here where we have stone bricks we can do our stairs and stuff, which isn't really important for things like stone or stone slabs, just because those are the only two things we can make with it, but still it just kind of adds uniformity and I might use it for something else later. But with the way that this thing works, I installed a item elevator down here, that way we wouldn't have to put everything up. And over here is one of the glass item elevators, which I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. I'll put a link to the tutorial that I saw. I don't think it's the first one, but it is the first one that I saw. And I'll put a link to that in the description if you guys want to check that out, but I'm not going to make a video on one of those. There's plenty of those, and I didn't come up with it, so probably just leave it to the people who either did or got to it a little bit earlier. But over here we have our trap chest, which has a line of hoppers, which goes back about 15 or 16 blocks. That way we can't hear the clicking from the one dropper that we have to use. But I still like having confirmation that it's working, I just don't like the clicking. So up here we have a light, which is hooked up to the circuit that the dropper is connected to, which also goes to this one. We have some redstone running up there. So those blink when items are being pushed out. And let's see, I'll just show it to you guys in action. So we put 8 blocks in here. And just in a little bit, this should start blinking, not too long from now. So that's going. Looks like all 8. And there is our stone. So I think it's working pretty well. I haven't lost anything yet, and I'm really happy with it. But for now, I would like to get onto the mob farm. I'm not sure if I should do a separate storage area down here, or if I should have it just connected to some of the storage chests in here, which I think that'd be okay if I had 3 chests worth of different mob drops. So that I might do that instead. But I do want to make sure I install a overflow if I do that. But if I do that kind of thing, I'm going to have the overflow probably above this, which is pretty much right underneath the ocean floor. I just need to get a water breathing helmet and we should be good to go. But I'm not really sure where I want to build it just yet. I know I want to build it up, but there are a couple other things that need to come into consideration. So let's run up there and talk a little bit about that. Alright, so we're up top, and I'm thinking where I want to build it. This is the side with our storage room. I think I want it up here. The only thing is I'm not really sure where to build it. I've heard a few things regarding mob spawns, a few things about whether water mobs such as squids, are really, pretty much only squids since I'm far enough away from them, I believe, the guardians. But I've heard things against and for building it over an ocean, so I might have to build it really far up just so it's not loading this area, because there was supposed to be a mob cap of 5 squids, I believe, but I see more than 5 in my screen right now, and I don't really want to have it fall victim to the spawning of these guys, because I'm not going to be able to move all this water, and I think it might be best to build it up, which means we're going to have a lot of hoppers coming down, depending on how I have the pad for them to hit, which I'm not sure how far I can have it with it still loading them. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of building, but we will get to it. I also need to make sure that I line this up very well, so I have it coming down correctly and I don't have to jig-jag it over. Although that wouldn't be too bad, I guess, if we do it underwater, because it won't be that visible. But yeah, it's going to be a big building process. I need to get up high, and yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. I think the best thing I can do is just get to building, because I think better when I don't try to vocalize my thoughts. I just kind of think and go with it at the same time. So unfortunately, I'm not really talking too much right now, but I am going to go ahead and set up the third-person camera and go ahead and start building. So I hope you guys enjoy. We will get back to you guys in just a little bit, and I'll show you guys some of the redstone as we're doing that stuff down below when I have the overflow, because I think it would be nice to have things for drops from witches and such, which are a little bit more rare, but I want to have separate chests for different items. So if I have an overflow, I can let it keep going and filling up things like glowstone or redstone from witches without having to worry about the overflow of, bones, rotten flesh, and other things that I'm getting a lot of, because that would be pretty bad. So if I have an overflow going to an area where it will dispense them into lava, the unwanted items, because I think after I have 3 chests, that'll probably be a decent amount of resources, and I can go back and just farm some more when I need them. So if we have them over here, I'll just run back down here. I think I might have them on the end, so we can have things like bones, rotten flesh, the glowstone, redstone, what's it called, gunpowder, things like that. I need to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but we will have those things come down with an overflow, probably going up top, just depending on where I run the hoppers. And I might have it go to 1 or 2 separate ones depending on how many items I think are going to be going through the overflow, because I don't want them to approach the overflow too fast either. So we might just do 1 hopper line running down. I think if we just do that, then we'll have a slow enough flow that it won't back up into that. Hopefully not. I'm just thinking about a lot of different things right now. So I'm going to get to work, and I'll explain things as we get a little bit further and I gain a better understanding of what exactly I'm doing as well. So I will see you guys up top on the third-person camera. We'll let the camera go, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so before we get started with the time-lapse, I'm going to take a quick second to look down here in the storage room with my doppelganger SoloWaffle. So he's going to be up there later. But right now, I'm taking a look at our chests that we're going to use, and we're going to have things, space for all of these things to be stored. Rotten flesh, spider eyes, string, gunpowder, bones, arrows, glowstone, and redstone dust. And earlier I was thinking about running the redstone all the way down to here in this bottom chest, but I think we might just keep 2 separate areas and maybe use this for things like redstone items and just blocks and ores and stuff like that. So if we take a look down here, what I do have so far would be just some hoppers going up to the ocean floor, which I think we're going to have a small room up here on the bottom of the ocean. That way it won't wash away the redstone that we do have to place. But I think it'd be easier than trying to build it in this mixture of, gravel and such. So I'm going to go up there and do some of the steps of the actual sorter and overflow, which I think it would be easier to take care of that before we do the actual farm. And then we'll go up and do a time lapse with that. But I will be back with you guys in probably just a few minutes after I figure out what to do with the sorter and everything. Right up there. So I'll get back with you guys in just a couple minutes. Alright guys, so here we are on the ocean floor. I hope it's bright enough for you guys. I can see pretty well, but we'll have to see how that looks in the render after this. But if you guys can see this, this is where the items will come down. Over here we're going to have to block this area off so we can do some redstone for another item sorter, just like we have in the area over on that side. So the items will come across. Anything that doesn't get sorted will go into this last line, which goes to where we're going to have 1 overflow, which will go into lava, which that'll just be things like bows and other things like that, which I don't really care to get from as drops from the mobs. So I'm just going for the basic things, not really the bows and stuff. I'd rather just kind of enchant those on my own. So yeah, redstone, glowstone, and random stuff will go to that overflow. Everything else will go to that one. And the way that works is the items will come down, get sorted, and if the hoppers are full all the way up to here, they will continue going across. If not, they will drop down. That should work as an overflow, and I have 2 just because I'm a little bit paranoid about things getting backed up and breaking the system, which I really don't want to happen. So before we can continue, I need to go ahead and put a room kind of around all of this so that we can have our lava, redstone over here, and our sorting system over here. But I'm going to get to that, but I thought it'd be good to give you guys a quick update and show you just kind of our hopper formation and how all that's going. Alright guys, so here we are at our magnificent, horrible looking underwater building, but that is not a problem because we're probably never really going to look at this, but this is where the overflow is, which this is one side of the underwater thing that we just did. So when items come in here, either from not being in the sorted pile or from just the sorted items being too full, they will come in through this side or this side. I split it up just so it won't get caught up on, because I do have some paranoia about things catching up and this getting backed up because it can't keep up with the flow of items. So what we have here is the same kind of circuit I have in back in the wall where my item elevator is. So an item comes in here, sends out a signal, and it clicks it, and it's just been a pretty reliable circuit for me. I haven't really noticed anything bad happening. So if we just toss a few of these in here, should see that go off about 11 times. And yep, that would be 11, so that should be all of them. So they're gone, so that should work out really well. This is the area where we have just the single items underneath for our sorting system, which go forward. That's where they go down to the chests, and if those full up to here, they'll just keep going and go to the overflow. So back here we have the rest of the sorting system. We have our repeaters underneath these blocks, and all the items that don't belong will just go to the next hopper and go down there. So that should be all of our sorting done. I know to build up, we just need to go from here where I have the input for our whole system. So I might as well just build these up right now, but we're going to have to get to the camera fairly soon so we can go up, way up in the sky, because I am going to go up pretty high. I've been looking around, and there are a lot of squids here. I'm pretty sure there are not supposed to be this many, but now that I can see underwater with a Depth Strider, I can definitely tell that I think this might have an impact on us. But I also heard that there was a separate number for water mobs, which was supposed to be 5, but that is apparently not the case because there are a lot around here. So I think I might just build it up really, really high that we don't have to worry about it. But my only concern is that maybe the redstone wouldn't be activated depending on how far away we are. But I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if it goes all the way up and down, if down here will still be loaded, redstone-wise. I'm going to look into that a little bit more before we go to the building process. But very soon, we will be in the time-lapse for you guys. So I'm going to look up a couple things, but yeah, we'll just transition over here, and we'll get to building. Hello guys and gals, so here we are at the top of the mob farm, and it's going pretty well considering that Soizes is on as well. I wasn't expecting to get too high of a spawn rate. Oh, don't fall off. Okay. I didn't really take into account the armor values of some of the mobs over here, so we do have a few people, mostly just skeletons. I haven't seen any zombies land. I've seen them with armor, but they haven't made it. But skeletons seem to make it just fine if they have full armor, so we might have to do something about that in the near future. But I'm going to go up here and turn off the system. We finished it just a little bit ago, and I wanted to make sure that it was working, so I went down, took all the items. Oh, I have a brightness issue. Okay, come here. I wanted to make sure that everything was working okay and that the items were actually getting to where they needed to go. So I went ahead and took all the items out of the chests down there. That way we would know that everything that was in the chest when we got to the bottom was new from the mobs that are coming in, because I want to make sure that my hoppers are all properly organized. So yeah, let's turn this off. That's what I came up here to do. Okay. So let's just fill this with water. That way we won't have any mobs sitting up here. And we'll drop down to the bottom. I might do glass here later. I've had before on some of these X's where they would just fall a little bit off to the side, and I wanted to make sure that I had a lip here just so if they did go to the side they would still hit and most likely die, because I don't want mobs falling down, landing in the ocean around me. So I'm gonna go ahead and head down here. I'm not sure if I need to do anything to keep the hoppers loaded either. I'm not sure if... Hopefully all the items make it down here. I would imagine they do, but that might not be the case. So we will see. There's a decent amount of mobs that came down, so hopefully that's new. No spider eyes. Do we only get spider eyes from killing them? Because I got a lot of string. 57. I was only up there for a few minutes. This is nice. Okay, I didn't expect to really get any of that. And I did have 2 of those earlier, which I'm pretty sure I didn't put any in this on my own, but maybe I dropped some. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's definitely working. I'm very happy with this. I was only up there for about 4 minutes, maybe. I got a decent amount of a few things. Do I not get spider eyes unless I kill them? I really hope I do. Maybe I have something wrong with my sorting system. But, yeah, I could have made a mistake. No, it looks like it's right. Well, maybe I just did something wrong. I'll have to look at that later. Maybe they don't spawn. But yeah, there are a lot of squids out here. I'm glad I built it up there. I don't think that these would have had an effect on it, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to build 2 farms. But I'm very happy with that. I'm glad we got this going. And now I have an unlimited source of some of these things. That's really, really cool. I like this. Alright, well, unfortunately, that is all the time that I do have for now. That was a lot of work. I did try to cram it into a shorter video. I like to edit it a lot, but I tried to leave a little bit more because I know a couple of you guys have been wanting a little bit more talking and stuff like that, a little bit more length to the videos rather than just 6-minute clips. So I tried to keep a little bit more talking in the beginning and maybe a little bit towards now. I might have rambled a bit and repeated things, said things that weren't really, necessary for the episode. So if I did, I apologize for that. I'm going to try and get a little bit better at that. I usually just edit a lot of the talking out because I don't need to, or I just don't talk at all, really. When I record, I just kind of let it go, and I focus mostly on the time-lapse because I kind of enjoy watching those myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you haven't yet subscribed, then go ahead and do that if you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or just want to say hi, make sure you do that down in the comment section. I will get back to you ASAP, or if you just want to talk or you have anything else you want to tell me, then you can send me a message. Either way, whichever you want to do, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I usually get back within 24 hours, according to my the timestamps on my emails and stuff. So if you have any questions, anything like that, just go ahead and leave those down there. I'll get back to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all the time I have for now. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you guys next time.